Yo, what's up, guys? Will Scully, AudioSavings.com. We're hanging out at NAMM 2016, and it's been a really fun trip. We've got Rajiv here with Yui, and so we're going to go over 3 soft synths, those being Hive, Diva, and Zebra. How's it going today, man?
Not too bad. Yourself?
It's been a good one. So I love your synths. They're awesome. I run a few of them. I think the original Zebra, I believe, but man, it's a workhorse and they sound good for pop, electronic, probably anything else you want to do too. But yeah, let's go through these and some of the functionality with these soft synths.
Absolutely. So Zebra obviously is the flagship synth. This is the one that everybody knows. I would say that the Zebra will be geared towards like film composers and sound designers. I've been getting a lot of film composers coming in saying, yeah, you know, I've been using Zebra on all my projects. I love it. But I'm not too familiar with Diva or Hive, so I'd show them a little bit of that. I mean, there was a film composer doing a demonstration yesterday, and he had Zebra all over his demonstration. So we had a lot of people coming in from that who were very interested in it. They're like, yeah, we're into film composition and game scoring and things like that. We're looking for organic sounds, and we're interested in Zebra. So not only is it for the film composers, but anybody who's into sound design or making their own patches. It's very, very intuitive to use. Just to give you a kind of a basic rundown here. This little grid here, with these 4 lanes, you're able to drop different modules in, like different oscillators, filters, you have wave shapers, and different effects and such that you can just drop right in and right-click to remove. So picture it like a modular synth without any cables, right? So if you know how to design patches and you know what you have in your head, it's really easy to get it out into the synth. And the patches themselves, they sound really neat. So it's very good for scoring, you know. As I said, it's very organic sounding, and Hans Zimmer is a big fan of this synth. I used it in Inception and The Dark Knight and stuff like that. So
Yeah, he's all right, I hear.
yeah, he's not too bad. Yeah. So the sound quality for all of the synths that they make are just out of this world, and so I'm a big fan of it as well, right? The next thing that they had released was Diva.
Did they name this one after you?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Naturally.
So this is an analog emulator type of synth there. So they'll give you templates for your alpha and your digital synth, like a JP8000, Junos, Jupiters, and of course Mini Moog. But they actually let you mix and match all the different modules from all these synths. So you can choose an oscillator, like an MS-20, and you can have it running through a whole filter.
No, that's dope. So, okay, so whenever you go through and you choose a different module, it's not that it wasn't, does it introduce it to the synth process that's happening at that moment, or does it just, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So let's say I were to like choose a patch here. Say for this one. Now let's say I like that and I want to manipulate it a bit. I can just kind of play with the cutoff a little bit, maybe mess around with the envelope, but this actually allows me to swap out a whole entire module, swap out a whole filter, which will give it completely different characteristics, right? So now I just put in an MS-20 filter, and let's see how that sounds now. Little different. So it changes the characteristics of it completely. So it allows for a lot more creativity when you can actually just swap out whole entire pieces.
It gives you just really a whole bunch of flexibility, and you know, there's some really great plugins out here, synths that have, I mean, essentially, they're good, but they're a little limited, say even just on the presets, and you know, not that we don't both love synthesis, but presets are really good, but when you can just drop in these filters that quickly, you're getting whole new sounds. It's really, you know, expanding your, what you can create, so to speak.
Exactly, and like it's funny that you said that. There was a gentleman that came in yesterday, and he had mentioned that, you know, he's not a fan of the filters that have a lot of bite and a lot of like resonance, you know, for like those really like sawtoothy type of like electronic leads. So I said, you know, I showed him Diva, and I showed him the fact that he can change these filters, and he loved it. It was exactly what he was looking for, with the presets. um, Urs Heckman had gotten Howard Scarr to design all the patches for all these synthesizers. And when Hans Zimmer was doing the score for The Dark Knight and the Batman movies, he'd got Howard Scarr to come and make patches for him. He made about 400 patches for his Zebra. Not all of them were used in the movie, but when you buy these plugins, you're getting a ton of high quality presets and patches made by a genius, like a mad scientist genius, right?
True.
So it's always good to be able to just open up a synth and go through some of the presets and have your jaw just drop, right? So the newest addition to the synths that they have is Hive. So this is geared towards the electronic musician, right? The guys who are doing EDM or dance music of some sort. It's good for hip hop, right? So any kind of electronic-y sounds, like in the silent spire type family of synthesizers, right?
True.
So the good thing about this synth is like you have up to 16 times unison. The filter routing is very flexible, so you can have the oscillator 1 running into filter 1 or oscillator 2 running into filter 2, have them both running into filter 1 or through filter 1 into filter 2. So you can actually make really, really fat patches very, very quickly. And the fact that it's a subtractive synth and everything's laid out on one page, it's very intuitive and easy to follow, right? They also give you a drag and drop function. So let's say I wanted to modulate something. I can select my source like that and just drag and drop over any parameter very quickly. You can even modulate effects knobs. So if I wanted to modulate any of these, I could do that. Not all synthesizers allow you to do that, right? It comes with a built-in 16-step sequencer, and I mean, it's very light on CPU processing power, so you can have a bunch of these running in your DAW, and you won't run into any problems, and you're still getting high-quality sounds.
Yeah, that's really good. You know, I was talking to some friends the other day that are some pretty well-known traveling DJ duo, and they had mentioned Hive was a go-to for them, and I was with electronic music, so looks really good. Rajiv, very cool, man, dude. Thanks for the full rundown on this, man. We all appreciate it, and it's good. So whenever you're going for basically whatever you need, whether it's film, whether it's pop music, whether it's electronic music.
There's something here for everybody. There's something here for everybody, and the reason why I'm showing these three synths is it doesn't really matter who you are. If you take a look at these, you're going to gravitate towards at least one or two of these.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Film composers, Zebra. Any electronic music, Hive. Definitely in your arsenal. It's a valuable tool to have, and it's something that, if you did have it, it would give you the motivation to actually sit down and use it.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
and it gives you the confidence to know that you have great sounds.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Great workable.
Exactly, and Diva would be great for anything. You could put that in a pop song.
Yeah.
You'd be able to hear that on the radio, no problem. You can use it in electronic productions, and you could use it in film scoring and stuff because of these pads, these really deep, luscious, rich pads that are in there. So.
That's dope. It's useful to have. You never know when you're going to need something like that. So, well, cool, man, dude. Thanks so much. This was a great demo. And guys, thanks for hanging out and sticking with us. My name's Will Scully, reporting with AudioSavings.com.